everyone, Scott of the Scottman, and we're here to do a drive video today. We are heading west on M-11 here in the Grand Rapids metropolitan area. We're starting off the video here in Cascade Township, which is one of the eastern suburbs of Grand Rapids. So we'll be driving the entirety of M-11 today. It is a cloudy and kind of a wet morning, although the storms have already passed on to the east, heading out to the Detroit area now. So yeah, right now we're on M-11. This is also 28th Street, which in Kent County, all the major highways going east and west are like number streets. And as you go north toward Grand Rapids, the numbers, of course, go down. And after passing Patterson Avenue, now we're entering the city of Kentwood, which is a suburb of the southeastern part of Grand Rapids. But I figured since I was out in the area, I might as well film a driving video out here, because I've always wanted to do a video on M-11, because M-11 is a major thoroughfare in the Grand Rapids metropolitan area, especially in this area in the Kentwood area, as we get close to M37, because there's a lot of department stores, restaurants, you name it. It's like, this is one of the big shopping areas in the Grand Rapids metropolitan area. Another one is out like in the Granville area, over more toward like the 44th Street area. We're pretty much northeast of the interchange of M6 and I-196. Although with filming this on a Sunday morning, it's going to be very quiet, so it should be smooth sailing. Oh, that's cool. They have a Buddy's Pizza out here. Because Buddy's Pizza is a very popular Detroit-style pizza chain that's out of Detroit. And of course, the original location is in the east side of Detroit. But it's pretty cool they've even expanded out to the Grand Rapids area. So now we have a great place to get some Detroit-style pizza. And of course, you still got your chain restaurants like Texas Roadhouse and also Panera Bread, Honey Baked Ham. And then over here you got Dave & Buster's, you got Outback Steakhouse, Chipotle. There's a Trader Joe's there, and then yeah, a lot of shopping department stores to the right: Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Five Below, DSW, Nordstrom Rack, Joann, and of course different food places like Mott Pizza, Five Guys, Potbelly, Chick-fil-A, and it looks like they're even adding on some more stores or maybe even restaurants too. So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of expansion going on in the Grand Rapids area, because Grand Rapids is becoming increasingly more and more popular for people to move out to. And yeah, also see like Jimmy John's, Starbucks, Krispy Kreme. Got a Lowe's on the left side. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff over this area. And of course, you have different banks like Comerica and Flagstar. You got Qdoba, you got Panda Express. It's like, yeah, you got all sorts of different fast casual restaurants along this highway here. Yeah, even a Pizza Hut, Le Kebab, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, City Barbecue. Got a Whole Foods Market there, Arby's. And yeah, so now we're starting to see the more traditional like fast food restaurants. You can see like Long John Silver's, Taco Bell, Burger King, McDonald's, KFC. So let's just say if you're driving down M-11, you will not go hungry. Even some car rentals, Discount Tire, Midas, and then some dealerships. So it's like we're seeing like a mix of everything. But I think we're getting out of Kentwood now, because Kentwood goes to the east and then the south of Grand Rapids a little bit. I think we're technically now in the Grand Rapids city limits. Okay, this was good timing. And I forgot to mention that intersection we stopped at where I mentioned about Krispy Kreme and Jimmy John's, that was the intersection for M37/M44, which that's another major highway which runs north and south in the eastern side of the Grand Rapids metropolitan area. As a matter of fact, if you take that further, if you take that south, that'll take you down to M6, which is like the freeway bypass going south of Grand Rapids. If you go north on M37/M44, that'll take you up to I-96. Keep going even further north, you go up to the Frederick Meyer Gardens, which are a beautiful collection of gardens and sculptures. Like I went there last year when I did a video in Grand Rapids, and I gotta say that was really, really impressive. So it's like, with Frederick Meyer Gardens, it's a great place to go just to enjoy the day, admire some art, check out a lot of beautiful vegetation, and it's a great place to plan a wedding too. And of course you got one of the many Meyer grocery stores or department stores out here, just because Meyer I think is headquartered out of Greenville, Michigan, which is north of Grand Rapids. I need to get up to Greenville at some point. Yeah, I was out in this area this past weekend because I wasn't really in Grand Rapids. My hotel is in the Grand Rapids area. I was staying out technically in Granville, but I went out to Holland this past weekend because it was my very first time checking out the Tulip Time Festival. It's a very famous festival which happens every year, like the second week of May. Because there are hundreds of thousands, not millions, of tulips that are grown all around the city of Holland. Like, it is an incredible sight. It draws people from all over. Not just Michigan, but other parts of the country. Now, although it was on the cloudier side yesterday, it was still really cool to check it out. Because again, as I was saying, I'd never been to the Tulip Time Festival. I've been to Holland many times. Whether it was to go camping with my parents when I was a kid, or even I made some day trips out to Holland. But it's like I had never gone during Tulip Time Festival. Even more, another Taco Bell and Burger King. You got Burger King, another McDonald's and Checkers. Yeah, we're pretty much in the southern side of Grand Rapids now. My favorite things I did was I went to the Veldheer's Tulip Gardens, which is just like to the northeast of downtown Holland, like along Highway 31. And I swear there are like hundreds of thousands of tulips planted. Like it was an incredible sight. Over Division Avenue, and we are now in the city of Wyoming, which is one of the I think it's the largest suburb in the Grand Rapids area. The city of Wyoming is located to the south, mainly to the due south of Grand Rapids. About to come up to the interchange with Highway 131, which is the main north and south freeway. But we'll have to stop at a traffic light first. So Highway 131 North, that'll take you into downtown Grand Rapids, and you can get some cool views of the skyscrapers of Grand Rapids as you go north into the city. And Highway 131 South will take you back down to M6, and then it continues its way south toward the Kalamazoo and Portage, Michigan area. And then if you can continue Highway 131 North past Grand Rapids, you'll eventually head up to like Big Rapids, Reed City, and eventually to Cadillac. Before it eventually ends up in Petoskey. But we're getting a little bit of traffic here this morning. I'm kind of surprised with it being this early on a Sunday morning. Apparently we have a lot of early birds out this morning. Although, of course, at the same time too, like a lot of people could be going out to get breakfast, people could be going to church because it is a Sunday morning after all. And we got it's like a smaller like shopping plaza. This does not compare to what we saw back in Kentwood near the start of this video. Another McDonald's coming up to the right. Another Burger King. Yeah, all kinds of different fast food restaurants all throughout this highway. And of course, even have some more local restaurants mixed in here too. But yeah, what's interesting about M-11, which we'll see in a little bit, M-11 is not entirely east and west, because eventually once we get over to I-196 and where the Grand River is, M-11 will then turn to the north. But yeah, as you can tell, it's like, yeah, everything's quite wet because, yeah, I think before I woke up this morning, we had some pretty good thunderstorms came through the area, so it dropped a lot of rain. Which I pretty much knew it was going to rain this morning, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be around the time I'd be filming this video or it was going to be before. But thankfully, it was the latter because I would not have filmed this video if it was going to be raining out. But yeah, overall, M-11 is a pretty good highway. It's like it's 45 miles per hour, so you can usually get along this highway pretty quickly. Although again, over by that big shopping area in Kentwood, that can get a little busy at times. Oh, this even goes up to 50 here. Another McDonald's up ahead. But yeah, I definitely need to come out to the western side of the state more often because there are some driving videos I need to film out in this area, and there's some other places I want to check out too. And then, yep, we're now leaving Wyoming and entering the city of Granville, which Granville is one of the southwestern suburbs of Grand Rapids. It's generally sandwiched between the Grand River and Wyoming. Yeah, looks like we'll have to stop here. I could probably get over. But yeah, from the Detroit area, it takes me about a couple hours to get out to this area, so I could easily do like day trips out here. Which, yeah, now that it's warmed up and we're well past lake effect snow season, I can have some more adventures out here. And yeah, right now we're going over Chicago Drive, which Chicago Drive, it eventually runs parallel with I-196 going southwest from here. And over at I-196, it turns into M-121, and it heads out toward Hudsonville, and eventually heads over toward Zeeland, which is like the city immediately east of Holland. Which, to get to Chicago Drive, you can make a left turn at this upcoming traffic light. And yeah, and then yeah, if you make a left turn here, yeah, over here at Wilson, that'll take you into downtown Granville too, over the Chicago Drive. We only had to stop for like 2 seconds. And over here we have the interchange with I-196. I-196 East will take you into downtown Grand Rapids and over to 96, and 196 West will take you over toward Holland, and then head south towards Saugatuck, South Haven, and eventually down to I-90 or I-94 near Benton Harbor. And we're just crossed over the Grand River, and we're now in the city of Walker. And if you make a right turn there on Butterworth, you can eventually make your way over to Millennium Park, which is a beautiful park located to the west of Grand Rapids. I've done a lot of walking in there in the past, and yeah, Millennium Park is beautiful. One of my favorite city parks in the state of Michigan. Heck, I even like it a little bit better than Belle Isle in Detroit, and I love Belle Isle, excuse me. So now this is where M-11, back where we cross over the Grand River, which, yeah, Grand River is the largest river in the state of Michigan in terms of length. So now this is where M-11 is now going to the north. And we're now along Wilson Avenue instead of, this is no longer 28th Street. And now this is turning now more to like a 3-lane highway instead of 5-lane. So now we're more in the western suburbs of Grand Rapids, although technically, as you can tell, we're a little more out. I wouldn't say this is like rural areas, but it's starting to get, it's not really suburb, it's starting to get a little bit more rural out here, but you still got a lot of residential neighborhoods here. But the city of Walker mainly is west of Grand Rapids, and there's even a little bit that goes to the northwest too, like over along I-96 near where M37 heads north. But yeah, I've never been on this stretch of M-11 before. I've been on the stretch going from I-196 all the way to 96 before, but yeah, not this part. Heck, yeah, it's like if the weather was nicer out, I almost would love to go over to Millennium Park just to walk around for a little bit, but it's kind of wet and dreary, so I'm probably just gonna, after I film this video, I'm just gonna be making my way back home. But it's like, I did not want to just drive straight home from my hotel this morning, because I wanted to film at least one driving video while I was out in this area. As I was saying though, I definitely need to make more trips out here though, because when you think of it, Grand Rapids is not all that far away, only 2 hours. But yeah, yeah, it is nice to see everything finally blooming, because April was, except for like a week around the time I was doing the road trip in Massachusetts, April was a very cold month. So I feel like a lot of things got delayed a little bit in terms of the spring bloom, but it's really kicking into gear now. So things are finally starting to look pretty. And of course, all the flowers in full bloom. But yeah, with the Tulip Time Festival, I lucked out because there are still some tulips that were still trying to come in, but the majority of them were already blooming, so it was perfect. Alright, so now we're starting to get a little bit more into more like suburban areas again. But we are getting close to M45, which is a major highway going west out of Grand Rapids. So you got another Meijer over here, an Aldi. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop at another traffic light. Got a Culver's over here, Chick-fil-A, Big B Coffee, Stan's Tacos. I got taco place, got Pizza Hut, Arby's, Panera Bread. Also seeing Applebee's. See McDonald's to the right. But yeah, M45 West, that'll take you out toward like Allendale Township, and that's where Grand Valley State University is located. And eventually ends up over at Highway 31 to the south of Grand Haven. And then M45 East, that'll take you back toward I-196, just to the west of Grand Rapids. And yeah, this extra lane was very short-lived, as I'll have to get back over. And yeah, we're primarily just in like residential areas now. Or, well, I should say areas with residential neighborhoods. But yeah, generally for the rest of this video, we're mainly gonna be in the city of Walker, although it feels anything but a city right now. And yeah, did not get lucky with this traffic light. So I think for where we are right now, we got like a few more miles up to go in this video, because M11 ends up back at I-96. So it's pretty cool how M11 runs from I-96 to I-96. But for where M11 ends, it's a little bit of a ways to the northwest of Grand Rapids. And I just realized I haven't had water yet in this while I've been filming this video. So I should probably drink some. But yeah, it's like definitely quite the contrast compared to the start of this video. We're going by all sorts of different department stores, like a big shopping area. Because yeah, over here it's just got houses and some different subdivisions, like nothing major going on over here. And coming up ahead, yeah, we have a roundabout, and we basically have to continue our way to the left. So now we're gonna be heading northwest and continue on to M11. So yeah, stay on M11. We need to be over here. And yeah, downtown Walker is back to the southeast of this roundabout. And then, of course, take this third exit here. We'll continue northwest in M11. And from here, we have 9 miles to Coopersville, once you get onto I-96, and then 33 miles to Muskegon. once I get back on, or once I get to I-96, I'm going to be making my way back to the east. Okay, and then passing over Johnson Street, we're now entering Ottawa County. So we have about like another mile and a half left to go, and then we'll pretty much be wrapping up this video here. Yeah, I want to stay over this right lane. I see some, looks like it was dead animals there, so it's like, yeah, let's get around that. I couldn't tell if it was dead, if they were dead animals or it was like rubbish or something. Alright, so we're about to come up to I-96, at least the interchange for I-96 in a little bit, so I'm going to keep going a little bit off camera because M-11 ends technically past this. So I'll just have to come back and head over that way. But so here is the end of M-11. I need to get over as I want to get on the West 96. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video here on M-11 going west or north, west through the Grand Rapids metropolitan area. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to come on and join me for the adventure, and don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video goes live. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out.